encounter vampires.
Flukinger's main mission would have been to quash any idea that vampires were real, and also to get to the bottom of what exactly was going on. One of the big concerns would have been, for the authorities, was there an epidemic of some sort?
So that would make sense, but it's strange.
But as the coffins were opened one by one, Fluckinger's observations became more disturbing.
What he would have noted when he went inside the body was only 4 of them were decomposing naturally, or what he assumed was natural.
The new nails are evident, along with fresh and vivid skin.
All of these things didn't seem to be consistent with how he thought bodies should be decomposing.
Upon the opening of the body, there was revealed a quantity of fresh extravascular blood.
What the doctors were seeing contradicted their medical training.
Not, as is usual, filled with coagulated blood.
Modern medicine would recognize that these symptoms of vampirism were simply the normal process of decomposition.
Milo, 25 years old.
Bodies can seem to be plump and healthy because of gases swelling up in the dead tissue.
By the name of Militza.
It's true.
Blood stains around the mouth are the result of stomach.
The thing with like that plumping because of gases in the body, because like I've seen this with dead cows out in pastures, like family owned out in Kansas, right? Is like it might look that way because it's bloated. If it goes further, it's obviously wrong because it looks like a bloated balloon. At both stages, because the decomposition is making it look normal, like that bloatedness is making the body look as plump as usual rather than like it's decomposing. If you were to puncture that skin or cut it open to pull out organs the way they are, that gas releases and it smells like death. You smell death when you do that at both stages. So I don't know how that would be the case, and they don't take note of the smell of death still being there, right?
Fluids leaking out.
She also was in a state of vampirism.
None of these bodies had been buried for more than 3 months, and that means that the first body would have been buried in September, allowing for a cold autumn. It's easy to imagine
that would
the
make
body
sense.
would have stayed relatively well preserved.
Yeah, it's more frozen. If it's actually cold.
Fluckinger's report into the vampire corpses was sent back to Belgrade.
I'm saying actually cold, but like I'm talking about ground temperature, like in the ground at the depth that the body is, which modern it's 6 feet, right? Obviously back then probably not so much, but if your body is surrounded by soil that's not reaching the cold temperatures that it is at the surface, if it's like 30 degrees outside Fahrenheit and you've got that going on, what level or what temperature is it down where the body is at? Is it still 50 degrees because recently it's been 80, 90 degrees, so down there it was 55 degrees or so, and it hasn't, like, that cold hasn't seeped down that far yet. Like you have to account for ground temperature for that to really work.
And was seized.
But I have no idea. Like, and even the way she said it, it's assumative that like maybe they just had a cold August, right? Like a cold fall. Like, it's not that, or cold autumn. I think I said August. I meant autumn, fall. But the thing is, even with how she said it, it's assumptive. Like they didn't look up reports of how things were back then, or if anybody cared to write it down. So, but a lot of the time we're able to figure that stuff out. But if nobody wrote it down, then it's all assumptive. We don't know.
And causing terror in many more.
It makes sense. They're all Catholic, walking past a Catholic church.
Picked up by other sources.
Standard.
In particular by newspapers.
I don't know why they showed everybody doing the cross thing. That's just, if you're Catholic and you go past a church, you do it. Like not a church, but if you're Catholic and you go past the Catholic church, you typically do that. I don't know why they just showed everybody doing something normal to be like, oh, here's this, look at the people. Like, It's not because they walked past a corpse and they were scared. It's because they walked past the church and they're doing their Catholic little cultural thing to be doing.